Hey everybody, Cam Cavalry here with a video that's going to be on Tesla and EV stocks, Nio and Xpev. So markets rebounded today. All indices, major indices were up. S&P up, 1.2%. Nasdaq up a little under 1. Dow up over 1. Russell up almost 2%. So we got a bounce today, but the SPY did not get above yesterday's high. So it could be a play. We might look at the SPY chart at the end. But one sector that did not follow the trend up today was these EV stocks. So XPEV had earnings, was initially up after its earnings in the morning, and then sold off pretty rapidly and put in a new low, dropping below 23, and kind of pulled everything else down. So Nio dropped as well. Lee dropped after its big day yesterday, and then what do you want to call them? Accessory companies or charging companies. ChargePoint and Blink has its earnings later on this afternoon, so look to see if they get a bounce today, but it was down 8% today. And then obviously Tesla being the top dog is where we'll start. So Tesla down overnight from the news, Elon tweeting. So Elon is able to pump a bunch of cryptos in the past. He got Tesla stock up, he's got Bitcoin running, he got Dogecoin, and we had the peak at the SNL last weekend, causing a sell-off in Doge. And then after market close yesterday, he tweets about Tesla no longer taking Bitcoin for vehicle purchases until the energy supply consumption for Bitcoin mining is more sustainable. Kind of ironic, considering how Tesla's batteries are made, and all EV batteries are made too. But besides the point, so that caused a sell-off here. And then Tesla closed the day 571, down 3%. Here on the daily chart, you see we were within this triangle. This last week, we broke out of that triangle to the downside. So fourth test failed on the triangle, fell through, tried to get a pullback. What was acting as support now acts as resistance. Sold off below it, and then today, we actually gapped up in the morning along with the markets, and then market open sold us off, broke through the 200 EMA, got us all the way down here close to this 61.8 fib. It's here sitting at 557, and fibs are not meant to be in an exact spot, so you're not waiting until 557.59 exactly for a bounce. You're looking for this as a general area, and you see we kind of respect it here in the past. This would have been hindsight because the 100 marks to the right of it. But you hear, we got a big hammer bar the next day, sold off to it, held, big gap up, move higher. So we have prior support here. Got down to 559, so 560, good level, good zero to buy off a tens unit. So we got the bounce there, and that's going to be our first line of support for a move lower not to happen, right? So buyers are holding that 560 level, and we want it to hold there because we got multiple things kind of against Tesla right now. One is there's not a lot of support below, right? So histogram bars are volume, and pretty big gap in volume between 560. Got a little bit here, 510, but really volume concentrated is down here 450. And this gap right here in the volume is Thinkorswim's point of control. So half the volume is below this line, half of it's above. So if we start falling, we could move pretty quickly down. And then 560 breaks, we do kind of have a little bit of a double bottom here. So we have obviously this big hammer candle from the 5th, and there's also one corresponding back here from December 2nd. This one's 541 low, this one's 539, so pretty close. General area probably about 540, so that could be a price level too where buyers could come in to support Tesla. So with that, we'll go to XPEV next. So XPEV did have its earnings today, pre-market. Obviously a lot of lines on this chart from fib levels and standard Ds, but we'll just focus here more recently. All right, so we did have this kind of a base back here off this hammer on the 5th, same day Tesla had it. We got one bounce off it last week, inside bar, and then fell through it on Monday. Sold it slower down here to 25. I had that 25 marked. You see, if we go to the 5-minute chart, you'll see it act as kind of a resistance later in the day today. But as the market got weaker this week, we got the bounce here, low at 23 bucks, but we sold down through that today after its earnings, was able to close above it. So we'll look to see if this what is this 1.5 standard deviation level acts as support. So if we go left, you do see that before this big move in November, we did have a high right here at 23.1. So there is some inflection points on the left side of the chart around 23 bucks. Now get dip down a little bit low. Once again, looking for an area, and so we'll look to see if this bounces right. So RSI now here clearly down and oversold, so could be likely that a reversal is in order. Go to the 5-minute chart here. You see what I'm talking about. So we got that big move pre-market off the earnings release, and then opened and immediately sells off, and then you see we got a bounces right back up to that $25 level. 25 whole dollar fails, and then we sell off the rest of the day. We got that bounce 22.73, and then you could call this a little bit of a inverse head and shoulders here on the 5-minute shoulder, head, shoulder. Maybe we'll move higher in after hours, see how it reacts. After hours and pre-market tomorrow, Nio, somewhat of a similar chart to XPEV, obviously competitor in the Chinese market. Head shoulders is not as defined, in selling off a little bit after hours here. Go to the 1-minute chart. Chart's looking pretty similar, and you see here we did actually break through this hammer support low that we did have at 31.91. Right, so we got the bounce off there on Tuesday, sold through it today, so there could be more downside to Nio. And also you see here, according to the volume, we broke through this little volume shelf that we were sitting on, acting as support. So like Tesla, we could sell down into the 28s, as that's where, if you look left on the chart, prior consolidation is there, a quick move on the accelerated way up. So if Nio starts selling off, potential target is going to be this $28 area for buyers to come in and look at, maybe corresponding before you poke into a lot of volume. This 1.5 standard dev area, 29.50, could be a target as well. So that's what I got for you guys on electric vehicles, Tesla, Nio, XPEV. Let's see if they follow the market tomorrow. The market does have retail spending numbers coming out pre-market, so that's going to be a big factor on whether the market will be red or green for Friday. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Appreciate you taking time to watch the videos, and we'll see you in the next one.